Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Crystal Palace nil, Liverpool nil. A game that never really came to life. It was very, very boring. I mean, the Real Madrid Atletico one was boring, but that at least got into life for the last 20, 25 minutes. This one never sprung into life at all. It was just lifeless from both, in a way, from both teams. But you can understand it from Crystal Palace's point of view. I mean, a draw doesn't really do much for them, but a draw against Liverpool is still a good result for Crystal Palace. From Liverpool's point of view, I mean, it's a draw that does nothing for them. It's just it never looked like they were going to win it as well. I mean, there were a couple of half chances, but just looks so devoid of ideas, so lack of inspiration. We'll just talk about that. But there are issues in that Liverpool squad that go beyond one player or one person. I think there is. I mean, it's even beyond tactics. I think at this point, I don't think you can talk about tactics as well, because things need to change at the team. The team needs an overhaul. It needs a rebuild, not in one position, not in one area of the pitch. It needs that across the board. And I don't know whether that will happen in one transfer window. It could, it can, but it may. This summer is going to be critical for Liverpool. But talking about the game itself, I mean, that selection today reflected Klopp basically saying that, not that he got it wrong against Real Madrid, but basically saying, I have been, trusting youth too much and I need to go back to experience. So he goes back to experience. Maybe part of it was, well, my young players have been hammered 5-2 by Real Madrid. So let me bring on the experienced players just because the young players may not be in the right frame of mind. I think that's a mistake. I think when you do that, you're basically sending a message that, look, I made a mistake in picking you for that game. And now I need to go, and yes, sometimes you have to do that. But I think the whole team played badly against Real Madrid. So what you do is you kind of, if there are players you back them no matter what. You don't change and you don't chop just because of one bad result. But especially because the team had been doing well, they played well again in the last couple of games. So it wasn't a bad run of games in the Premier League at least. But anyway, that's Klopp. He's the manager. He makes those decisions. But you never got that. And I've got to say about Crystal Palace here as well. I think with better belief in the side, I think they could have sneaked something, because they were, again, much like Leicester, there were so many opportunities where they could have countered, where they had the ball in good areas. And Schlupp was a big culprit of that. Ayew was an absolutely big culprit of that. I mean, Jordan Ayew, what does he bring to Crystal Palace is something that I'm still trying to think about. I know he sometimes pops up with goals against certain teams, but as overall play, I can't believe he's lasted as long as he has at a Premier League club for that long, because to me, he just looks like he's good at nothing. Like it really seems like that. And the amount of chances that he had today, there was a cross that he could have put in properly. He missed that. There were so many opportunities when he just, had a bad clutch, a bad control. He just doesn't look like, he offers a lot of graft. And I know that's important for Crystal Palace, but still, you expect a little bit more from a player who's been in the Premier League for as long as he has. Schlupp for me today, again, same thing. As I was saying, he was so many times he just slowed down the attack, didn't look like he was on it. And that's the problem, isn't it? Mateta, you can't really blame him too much. He did hit a shot at the post, but probably a little bit more quality lacking. But you can understand that with Mateta, at least he was offering something. I just felt Schlupp and Ayew slowed every time they got hold of the ball. What was impressive though was Doucouré and Sambi Lokonga. They were brilliant in that midfield. Those two, the support that they provided to the back four was excellent, which is what you need when you're playing against Liverpool, and they just never gave a sniff. And this is where another problem lies for Liverpool. They are losing midfield battles. That is not what Liverpool do. Liverpool don't lose midfield battles. Their midfield has never had much attacking quality. You could say that. But what they do have is a lot of graft and what they always made sure was, we're going to win this midfield battle. We may not create much, but we're not going to let the opposition dominate us in midfield. Right now, that's not happening. They're not dominating midfields. It's more 50-50, sometimes it's 60-40. It's not what the Liverpool is, and that's where another set of issues do lie for the club. I was surprised Elliott came on before Bajcetic as well. I thought Bajcetic, if you're going to make a change in midfield, you bring on Bajcetic. You don't bring on Elliott, because for me, I know what Elliott offers, and I know he's a talent and he's got ability, obviously. I know some Liverpool fans don't rate him much, and that's fair. But I do believe that you put your faith in this young kid at 18, and you said, okay, fine, I'm not going to put you in, but then you bring somebody else before him. It just felt like Klopp had kind of figured that something needed to change, but he didn't know what. And so it's just kind of like, you throw things and you see what works. It just, to me, that's what the fear was with today's game. And maybe Klopp was a little bit hesitant as well, because he was like, if I lose this game, then it's more problems. So maybe we'll just get away with the draw and we'll take it. But just lack of inspiration, and was evident on both sides. Which is kind of sad when you watch a game like that, because that does impact the quality of the game, doesn't it? The good chance that did fall was for Gakpo, where Salah put in they lost the ball and it came to Salah, and Salah puts a nice little pass for Gakpo. I thought Gakpo in that situation, again, I don't know. He scored in his last 2 Premier League games, so he shouldn't have too much of a lack of confidence. But I do feel sometimes that he tries some more difficult things other than simple things, and that is something that he needs to work on. But he could have done better with that chance. I'm not saying it's always difficult to score goals when the goalkeeper is rushing out, but I felt he could have done better with that chance. I feel that Elliott, when he came on, he had some good touches, but then he also had some bad ones. So it's a bit inconsistent, but that's what you expect from young players. You're never going to get a consistent performance. But you just felt that maybe trick was missed there. And then I got to talk about Fabinho, because for me, I think Fabinho, and you could talk about Fabinho. This could apply to Jordan Henderson, could apply to Joel Matip, it could apply to Virgil van Dijk, could apply to all of those aging players at Liverpool. They all look like walking fouls, don't they? They all look like walking yellow cards in some ways. I mean, Henderson picked up a yellow card. Fabinho came on pretty much like within 2-3 minutes. He picked up a yellow card. Joel Matip picked up a yellow card. So the fact that they all look like they can concede fouls at any moment, they don't look assured, they don't look confident, and it's a problem. It's a real problem for Liverpool. But Fabinho, for me, I don't think he should be. I'm not surprised he didn't start today. I don't think he should be starting games for a while. That's what I think. But anyway, yeah, there's something wrong there, isn't it? We'll see what happens in summer. They've got a big game against Manchester United now coming up at Anfield, and they've got to win that to stay. I think if they lose that one, then I think they'll be out of the top 4 race. But now I think they still are. So we'll wait and see what happens with that game. That's such a vital game for Liverpool now. But that's a topic for another time. Anyway, smash a like if you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the game, let me know. I don't think anybody did, but if you did, let me know in the comments. Of course, happy to hear your thoughts. Michael Olise was excellent though today. Enjoyed his performance. He was my man of the match. I really enjoyed him. Thought he might get a late winner there, as he always seems to do, but not to happen. But he was good, and I think with a little bit more composure from the forwards, I think Olise would have had a bigger impact on the game as well. I think it impacted his game as well because the forwards weren't doing as much as they should with his balls and his work. So do smash like for Michael Olise. Do subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Appreciate your support. And put in your comments, of course. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.